Hey there guys, welcome back, Funky Phil. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. I'm sorry that this episode is so late. I haven't published a video in quite a while, but I am back with a new Transformer, a slightly different Transformer than what I usually do. And that is my space-style bullet train. So the idea behind this model was I wanted to do another train model. I've only done a couple of train models. You guys haven't seen any of them yet, but I wanted to do some. And when I was trying to think of different trains that could be Transformers, I thought a bullet train would be a really cool type of train to make transform. Now, if you're not familiar with a bullet train, they are very streamlined, aerodynamic, fast passenger trains that are usually electric, that run on different rails, and they go really fast. They're a lot more faster and smoother than a lot of other trains, and so overall they're just a very fancy, cool train. And I was trying to think, how could I make something like this that has multiple pieces to the train transform? And then I was thinking, well, some Transformers actually consist of multiple pieces being connected together to form the robot. So that's what I decided to do with this model. So the model consists of 5 sections. So you've got 2 cabs. So you've got one on the front, one on the back. Then you've got the middle 2 sections here, probably passenger cars or something like that. And then you've got the middle section, maybe a dining car or something like that. So having those different sections, they actually will disconnect for the transformation technique, but I'll show you guys the different cars first and then transform it from there. So the cab is a fairly simplistic build, and you'll notice this with most of my other pieces to this model, is that a lot of the pieces, well, not a lot, but some of the pieces are older pieces. For instance, this windshield is usually used for Star Wars battleships and different models. And then there's this hinge piece right here that uses a hinge bracket that isn't used very often anymore, I think at all actually, in newer sets. But I do use some other newer pieces to be able to build some of this, so it kind of uses a mixture of both. But that is kind of what the cab / cockpit of this train looks like. Then the next section that connects behind it looks like this. Now this one didn't turn out quite like I wanted it to, but to make it work for transformation, it will have to do. So you can kind of tell maybe what portion of the robot it'll be just by looking at it, but it's kind of got the streamlined triangle pieces, it's got a fin for helping with the aerodynamics, and then all of them have some form of these sized wheels connected to the bottom as the little rocket boosters that levitate the train up above, saying that it is a space train. It would be able to not need rails and could just fly over the surface of whatever planet it's on. Now the middle section is kind of boxy and has some technic holes exposed, but it's not too bad, and it's actually kind of necessary for the robot. Again, it has some older pieces. This 2x3 is an older piece. There's some newer colors, mostly gray, that I've seen this piece be remolded in. But then you've got this arched piece with the windows and stuff in there is kind of what I based this entire section off of, and kind of the rest of the model as well, to be able to make it all scale to each other. And it's just a really nice piece that I thought would work pretty good. And so thankfully other bricks like the 2x2 or 2x4 sloped bricks work pretty well in there as to fill in that gap on the walls and to make it look nice and smooth. So that's the different sections of the robot. Now we will transform each section and combine all the sections together to be able to make the robot mode. So there's the model combined and transformed, and I really like how his robot mode turned out. Turned out fantastic. And you got a lot of posability as well. So you got posability in the arm, right where it connects to the torso. That can also move up and down. You've also got quite a bit of posability with the wrist and the hand, and the fingers can be posed as well to be able to hold different items. Same on the other arm. Your head, you've got the posability of a ball joint, to be able to move it anywhere you want him to look. Then for the legs, you've got the position where it connects to the torso that can hinge back and forth, and even out to the side. You can rotate right there where the foot connects, and then the feet can even move a little bit if you need to clasp over like a rock or something for extra posability. And there's that extra hinge ability right there where the knee would be. That works pretty good. So I think overall he turned out pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think. I'd say he's got to be one of my favorite models now. And hopefully I'll come up with some more models that have the similar concept of it being one vehicle, that the multiple pieces of that vehicle combine into one big robot. So that is it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. I'll see you guys next time. And this is Funky Phil signing out.